Welcome to the Explainer. If you're a focused learner eager to bypass all those longevity myths and get straight to the facts, well, you are in the right place. Today, we're embarking on a genuinely fascinating quest to uncover the ultimate longevity formula. And we aren't looking at unproven fads here. We're diving into the hard data and the real-world habits of centenarians. You know, people who have lived past 100 years old. From the rugged mountains of Pakistan to the sunny shores of Italy and the bustling cities of China, we're going to synthesize this massive global mystery into clear, actionable insights just for you.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, welcome to the 100 Club. Second, the surprising longevity diets. Third, keep moving every day. Fourth, mindset, purpose, and community. And finally, number 5, the ultimate longevity formula.
Section 1. Welcome to the 100 Club, shattering the longevity illusions.
When most of us picture living past 100, we tend to imagine, strict, boring deprivation. We picture flavorless diets, rigid bedtimes, and absolutely exhausting health regimens. But then we hit this incredible number, 122. That is the age reached by Jeanne Calment, a French woman who holds the verified record for the longest human lifespan in history. Now, you might assume she lived a life of total restriction, but her reality was completely different. Jeanne enjoyed chocolate almost every single day. She loved fried foods smothered in olive oil, and she regularly drank port wine. Surprisingly, she even smoked from the age of 21 all the way until she was 117. Now, obviously, medical science certainly doesn't recommend smoking, but Jeanne's life suggests that extreme longevity isn't always about pristine, flawless behavior. Actually, it's about a broader biological and lifestyle balance.
Now, what's really interesting about this is contrasting that strict, rigid lifestyle we often expect with the reality of Grandma Zhang Yukan, a viral 101-year-old from China. She is an absolute night owl. She stays up until 2 a.m. watching TV and snacking on potato chips. She actually developed a reverse sleep cycle after a minor injury, but she balances the whole thing out by drinking green tea every single morning to protect her heart, and she loves eating chewy foods to keep her teeth and gums incredibly strong. She's literally living life entirely on her own terms.
Section 2. The surprising longevity diets, what the world's oldest people actually eat.
So let's pivot away from our surprising outliers eating chips and chocolate and look closely at the underlying nutritional denominators that actually connect these global superagers. In Thailand, 105-year-old Grandma Arun and 102-year-old Grandma Tu swear by local mackerel known as pla tu, eating it at almost every meal for high-quality, digestible protein. Over in Japan, centenarians rely on red onion soaked in honey mixed with yogurt every morning to boost gut health and fight inflammation. Up in the mountains of Pakistan, the Hunza people focus on apricots packed with vitamin B17 and whole wheat chapati for fiber. And in Asiroli, Italy, which is a town practically famous for its centenarians, they strictly adhere to the Mediterranean diet. That means heavy on the olive oil, fresh plants, and very low in red meat. The common thread here? Local, fresh, and functional foods.
Let's look a bit closer at that Hunza Valley approach. The Hunza people of Pakistan are legendary, with many reportedly living to be 120 or even 150 years old. Their diet is incredibly pure. They rely entirely on plant-based, organic foods grown without any chemicals. They drink pure, unfiltered glacier water straight from the mountains. But perhaps most importantly, it's how they eat. They typically consume only 2 meals a day, and they practice this amazing discipline of stopping when they are only 80% full, rather than stuffing themselves. This mindful eating really eases the burden on the digestive system. It's a game changer.
For a more medical perspective, we can look over at the United States. When Pearl Berg reached 114 years old, her physician, Dr. Jeremy Lorber, broke down her actionable checklist for longevity. First, she drank fresh orange juice daily for vitamin C and calcium to prevent osteoporosis. Second, she rigorously avoided bad fats and heavy fried foods to protect her cardiovascular system. Third, she maintained deep community and social ties through book clubs and volunteering. And fourth, unlike our French record holder, she never smoked. So here we see a highly structured, scientifically sound approach to aging gracefully.
Section 3. Keep moving every day. Natural movement over gym memberships.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. When we examine the physical activity habits of centenarians, it is almost never about intense, sweat-drenched gym workouts. Instead, it's entirely about constant, natural movement woven seamlessly into daily life. Think about this staggering number, 99,763. That represents the official count of Japanese centenarians as of a recent September tally. That is enough people to fill a massive stadium.
It's a record high, marking 55 consecutive years of growth in the 100-plus population in Japan. So how on earth are nearly 100,000 people staying physically active enough to reach that age?
Well, a massive part of the answer is Radio Taiso. This is a simple, historic, 3-minute daily group exercise routine that has been broadcast on Japanese television and radio since 1928. It is low impact, incredibly accessible, and practiced in small communities all over the country. And the beauty of it is, it doesn't just keep the older Japanese population's joints mobile and blood flowing, it physically brings people together, fostering a deep sense of community and a predictable daily rhythm.
This philosophy of natural movement really is a universal thread. In Pakistan, the Hunza farmers are naturally walking 5 to 10 kilometers every single day, just navigating their mountainous terrain. In China, that 101-year-old night owl we talked about, Grandma Zhang, absolutely insists on walking. Even at 89, she climbed the steep stairs of a famous mausoleum rather than taking a ride. And over in Italy, the elders in Acciaiuoli actively choose to walk and tend to their gardens daily rather than ever driving cars. They aren't working out. They just live physically active lives.
Section 4. Mindset, Purpose, and Community. The invisible pillars of a long life.
So beyond what they eat and how they move, we really need to explore the invisible pillars supporting extreme longevity, because the mental framing and social connections of centenarians are arguably even more powerful than their diets. In Japan, this mental framework is encapsulated perfectly by the word Ikigai. It translates basically to your purpose or your reason to wake up every morning. It's the thing that keeps your mind active and engaged, completely regardless of the year you were born. A famous example is Dr. Hinahara, a Japanese physician who lived to be 105. He continued to work and treat patients well past his 100th birthday, simply because his Ikigai, his calling to help others, gave him a reason to keep living.
Across the globe, in the UK, we see another absolutely vital mindset trait: letting go of stress. Ethel Kataram, who celebrated her 116th birthday, shared this profound piece of wisdom. I never argue. Past is past, do your best in the present, and the future will take care of itself. It's so simple, right? Centenarians simply do not hold on to anger. They have mastered the art of biological stress reduction through pure, uncomplicated forgiveness and just being present.
And down in Brazil, a 116-year-old nun, Ina Canabaro Lucas, adds this beautifully vibrant quote, "I am young, bright, and friendly." Notice her self-perception there. She doesn't view herself as old or frail. She views herself as a vibrant participant in life. This youthful self-perception, combined with an actively friendly demeanor, literally adds years to your biological clock.
So, the crucial point is that these emotional truths are remarkably universal. Consider 105-year-old Thai grandma Arun, who consciously stays stress-free, totally refuses to get angry, and playfully flashes a peace sign to visitors. Compare her to 112-year-old Brazilian farmer João, who believes his entire secret is simply being surrounded by good people and loved ones. Letting go of anger in Thailand and embracing family in Brazil, different continents, exact same outcome, over a century of healthy life.
And if you think this is just charming anecdotal wisdom, think again, because the hard science backs it up completely. The famous 85-year Harvard University study on adult development has definitively confirmed what these centenarians already naturally practice. The data shows that positive, supportive relationships make us happier, keep our brains sharper, and are the true biological secret to living a longer life. Community isn't just nice to have, it is an absolute biological imperative. Section 5. The Ultimate Longevity Formula, Bringing the Global Blueprint Home. Let's move to and see how this builds.
We've gathered data from Asia, Europe, South, and North America. Now it's time to bring it all home. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. Here is your global blueprint, distilled from all 5 continents. Number 1, eat whole, regional foods, like the Hunza or the Italians, but don't stress so much that you can't enjoy an occasional treat, just like Sheen Comet. 2, skip the extreme gym routines and just move your body naturally every single day. Walk, take the stairs, tend to a garden. 3, cultivate a stress-free, forgiving mindset. Let go of arguments immediately. 4, stay deeply, actively connected to your community and your family. And finally, 5, find your Ikigai. Find that one specific thing that makes you excited to wake up every single morning.
Which leaves us with our most important question. The data is clear, the habits are proven, and the blueprints are right in front of you. So, what does this all mean for us? How will you change your routine today to live a happier, longer life tomorrow? Will you take a walk instead of driving? Will you call a friend? Will you focus on finding your purpose? The choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and here's to a long, healthy, and incredibly focused life.